The pursuit of success is a messy one. And if that is something that I truly understood a long time ago, I think I would have spent a lot less time beating myself up for a lot of the mistakes or losses that have happened throughout my own path and journey of pursuing success, right? And there's been a lot of things that I've learned, but right now I'm really focused on growing my brand in a way that truly feels authentic to me. I've been in this space for probably 6 or 7 years now, and I've done a lot of studying of, marketing, social media content. I've read all the books, I've watched all the videos. And yes, there are frameworks and there's formulas and there's just proven things that work. But the one thing that a lot of these philosophies about success in business and success in your career, a piece that a lot of these philosophies miss is that the number one factor of somebody's success is their ability and willpower to just be truly and authentically themselves. And that's one piece that is not really talked about in the textbooks, and I understand it, because it's kind of like woo-woo or, it's not concrete, right? It's not concrete because being yourself, being authentic is going to look different for literally everybody. But one thing that I've realized, and I just thought about this because I'm on my walk this morning and I was listening to some YouTube videos about like growing your YouTube channel, right? Because I'm trying to get back consistent to really growing this channel. And I was watching it and they have the fancy edits, all the fancy strategies. And like I said, I've been studying this stuff for years. I've studied marketing, psychology and marketing. I'm currently studying neuroscience and how the brain works. But the one factor that's never talked about, and the one thing that I've done from the beginning, but I think because I've gotten so sucked into, gotta do more, gotta be better, when really my brand started for me just being myself. Some people enjoy the process of filming and doing fancy edits and writing the scripts. Some people do not. Me, I love to make videos. I love to make content because I love to share and give value and help other people. But when it comes down to all the editing and all the, scripts and planning it out, I struggle. I struggle because once I start playing those things, and I'll do it a few times, then I stop and I burn out, right? I lose interest. And I realized right now, is that I'm trying to do all of these things and follow all these YouTube playbooks to grow my channel again. And I realized I just have to do what works for me. There's going to be some people out there that may not like my style of content, and that's totally okay. But then there will be some people that will. And I really wanted to start filming this today because this probably holds true for you in different areas of your life where you're listening to coaches, you're listening to professionals and experts in different fields. You might even be listening to me, and that's great. And you can always take different pieces of someone else's frameworks and blueprints. But at the end of the day, you are the one that has to create your own blueprint. Your path is going to look completely different from somebody else's. Your path is going to look different than mine from somebody that you're watching on YouTube, Instagram, wherever. And you have to create a journey and a path that works for you and that feels good to you. Like me, I have a very busy schedule. I have a family. I work in tech. Trying to grow this brand, I don't have hours and hours a day anymore to dedicate to filming and editing content. However, that doesn't mean that I should stop making content, which is what I have done over the last few years. It just means I have to find something that works for me, and someone that I've watched, I saw him a few years ago, and it's always really stuck with me, is Sam Sulek is someone who makes just kind of raw content. It's not super fancy and edited. He just kind of gets on and talks about stuff, does his workouts, whatever, right? It works. But then you also have on the flip side, there's people that have very extravagant editing and all these different effects and very perfectly formulated videos, and it works. It all works. Because at the end of the day, the only way to beat out competition is to be 100% yourself, because there's nobody that is better than being yourself than you. So just do what works for you. Do what's the path of least resistance when it comes to whatever it is, the goals that you're trying to reach, the business that you're trying to build, the career that you're trying to pursue, whatever it is, do what works for you in the path of least resistance. Even if that means that you only do one thing today towards that goal. In the book, Atomic Habits, James Clear talks about how you only need 1% of change every single day in order to see massive results. Because that 1% that you do today and that you do tomorrow is going to continue to compound every single day. You only need 1%. That's it. So that's my word for you all today. And really, that was my word for me as I try to get back into the groove of doing my newsletter, doing content, and just publishing media in the way that feels good and true and authentic to myself. I hope this helps somebody.